So in this video, we're going to be using an open source repo from Together AI, using the repo called Blinkshot. So we're going to be using the Blackbox AI IDE with the real-time voice agent. So we're going to launch a session to have a real-time conversation with the agent and work on the repo.
Hi, how can I assist you today?
Yeah, so I want you to help me install anything that's needed and run this repo so that I can start working on it. So I've given already my API key in an environment file. So if you can just install and run this repo, and we'll then start going through some tasks.
I'll help you get the project set up. Looking at the file structure, this appears to be a Next.js project with TypeScript and Tailwind CSS. First, let's install the dependencies using npm. I see there's a permissions issue with npm's cache. Let's fix this first by running the suggested command, and then we'll try installing the dependencies again. I see there was a permission issue with npm's cache directory. Now that we've fixed that, let's try installing the dependencies again. Great, the dependencies have been installed successfully. The warnings and vulnerability notice are not critical for running the application. Now let's start the development.
Okay, yeah, now it's working. So what I want you next to do is in the README file, there's a few tasks defined the section future tasks. So pick up the first one and let's start working on it.
I'll check the README MD file to see the future tasks section. Let's work on the first task. Show a download button so people can get their images. First, I need to understand the current implementation and the relevant files. Let me check the main page component where the image generation likely happens. Looking at the future tasks in the README MD, let's tackle the first task. Show a download button so people can get their images. Let me analyze the current implementation first. 1. The main image generation and display logic is in app.page.tsx2. Currently, images are displayed, but there's no download functionality. 3. Images are stored in base64 format in the active image underscore b64 JSON variable. Here's my plan. Information gathered. Images are generated and displayed in the main page component.
Can you proceed with the implementation?
I'll add the download button and functionality by editing the app page function. KeySX file. I'll place it near the generated image.
Okay, is it done? Yeah. Okay, I see the image download button is working well. So now let's pick the just to see what other issues are showing here. Yeah, maybe can you pick the last task?
Looking at the README MD, the last task is add a setting to select between steps 2 to 5. This task involves allowing users to control the number of inference steps for image generation. Let me first check the API route to understand how the image generation is handled. Looking at the README MD, the last task is add a setting to select between steps 2 to 5. This refers to the steps parameter in the image generation API, which is currently hard-coded to 3 in the route TS file. Let me outline the plan. Information gathered. The steps parameter is set in app API generate images route. TS.
Okay, can you can you proceed with the implementation?
I'll start by updating the API route to accept the steps parameter, then add the UI control. First, let's update the API route.
Okay. Yeah, now can you do the interface?
Yes, I'll now add the steps selector interface in app/page, TSX.
Yeah, I see it. Is it done? Can I try it? Okay, let me try. I'm trying it now. Okay.
Yes, you can try it now. The step selector should be visible next to the consistency mode toggle. You can select between 2 to 5 steps, and when you type a prompt, it will generate images using your selected number of steps. A higher number of steps generally results in higher quality images, but takes longer to generate.
I see.
You can
So okay, I'm trying
Would
them.
you like
Yeah, I'm trying them now, and maybe in the meantime, can you pick the task number for building an image gallery of cool generations with their prompts?
Yes, let's work on build an image gallery of cool generations with their prompts. First, let me analyze what we'll need to do. Let me outline the plan. Information gathered. Currently, images are generated and only stored temporarily in state. We need to create a gallery to showcase interesting generations. Each gallery item should show both the image and the prompt used. The current image data is in base64 format. Plan. 1. Create a new gallery page. Route 2. Add a component for the gallery grid. 3. Add a way to save interesting generations to the gallery. 4. Store the gallery data, images, and prompts. First, let me check if there's already a gallery-related file. I'll help implement the image gallery feature. Let me outline a plan. Information gathered.
Let's proceed. I think you have this seems like a good idea. We can go with it.
I'll start by creating the gallery types and then create the gallery page. First, let's create the types.
Yeah, you can proceed.
Let me fix the types file first, since there's a TypeScript error. Let me fix the gallery type definition first. Now that the types are created, let's create the gallery API. Now, let's create the gallery. Now we need to add the Add to Gallery button in the main page where images are generated. I'll update the app page process. TXX dot. We need to import the link component from Next.js. Let me fix that by adding the import. I see the TypeScript error about missing link import. Let me fix that by adding the import. Let me read the file
Yeah.
first to get the...
Okay, I see the gallery has been added. Let me try a few example. Yeah, I can see them. So
I see you can now access the gallery functionality. The implementation includes 1. An Add to Gallery button that appears next to the Download button when you generate an image. 2. A View Gallery button that takes you to Gallery where you can see all saved images. 3. Each gallery item shows the generated image, the prompt used to create it, the style used, if any, the creation date. Would you like
Alright,
to try
thank you.
another task from the README?